So, the longer we watch this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, one thing has become glaringly obvious. Just about everybody is pretending. Porsha is pretending to have beef with Drew to cover up her lack of a storyline. Brit is pretending to have class. Phaedra is pretending that she can save the show. Shammea is pretending that she's not Porsha's lapdog. Kelly is pretending that she adds something to the show. And production itself is trying to pretend that they didn't make the biggest mistake ever by suspending Kenya Moore.
Whoa, girl. That is so on point. The pretenders.
Yes, exactly.
Look at all the pretenders. One, Brit pretending that she brought something to that garage event that Kelly was collecting all the stuff for Grenada, and she had a box of tissue.
Yeah,
that's it. And then pretending that she was going to come back with some more, or that she was going to have someone drop something off.
Right.
Pretending. And the girls saw straight through that, because
did.
I'm telling you, she said, Shammea said, "Oh, okay, could you do it at such and such a time? Because we're on the time thing here." And did you see Brit's face? Like, pretending.
She got called out.
Pretending.
And she thought that little answer was going to sway everything. Then she quickly turned it to that little event that she had, that country club classic, where she was pretending there too, pretending that she had some element of class or knew how to throw an event when she obviously does not.
Yes,
pretending.
That's what I was going to say. Yes, pretending at the event, pretending to put it on the quote-unquote event planner, which we later found out this was not the event planner. This was the decorator. She's trying to put her mess on the decorator that had nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
Pretending. Once again, pretending that she knows anything about putting on a classy event. Oh, come on, you people.
I'm telling you, Kenya knew what she was doing with that. Who is this?
She said it. Who is this? Who is this? We are finding out more and more, Kenya, who this is.
Exactly.
And the ladies are too.
They are too.
And speaking of pretending, that scene with Porsha and Drew at the restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now Drew tells her in a nice introductory conversation about what she's up to. And so she's up to finishing her album and her album release party and everything. Oh, and such wonderful news for Drew. I'm so happy for her for that. However, what does Porsha say in her little confessional? I put what I care about this on the scale of 2, because I don't care. I'm like, you don't care about another beautiful woman's success. You don't care about that.
Yep.
You don't care about the fact that this girl is celebrating an album release, which we are also very proud of her.
Yep.
Oh, that's on a scale of 2 for you, because you don't care about that. You care about trying to make her your phony storyline.
Exactly.
You care about saying that, oh, you're so insulted that she would make references to your daughter's college education, when you know good and darn well Drew didn't mean anything that Shammea tried to put out there.
Exactly.
Shammea tried to put the wrong information out there about that.
Yep.
What she meant was that her working with Dennis was going to generate for him so much income that he could pay his own daughter's tuition. It wasn't to say that Drew had anything to do with paying her tuition. It was to say that her own father would make so much money from this project.
Right, exactly.
All this pretense, y'all know doggone well Drew didn't mean that.
No, she wasn't meaning it any kind of way. And Porsha is just using this, like we said, pretending. She's covering up the fact that she has no storyline. She actually pitched that she could bring something to this show that she was not able to bring. And so now all we have is her sitting here with this pretend stuff. And it's crazy because she even sees herself that this RHOA relationship doesn't seem to be going anywhere this season. Her relationship with RHOA is not working out.
She's seeing
because she is giving absolutely nothing. So to sit there at that tea with Drew, and when she's actually called out about something, she just gets up and walks away. She doesn't want to give anything at all to the show. That's what she's doing. She's showing she doesn't want to give anything at all. She's giving the bare minimum that she can get away with. Even when it comes to doing the promo event, she's not going to everything. She's just going to a few things, doing the Watch What Happens live segments, things like that, during the after show. She is doing the absolute bare minimum for the show, because all that she's trying to do now is flip this into being a brand new influencer on her YouTube channel. She wants all of that attention, everything to go towards that, because it just looks like she's giving off the vibes that she's not gonna have this connection with RHOA next season, if there even is a next season.
Exactly.
After this particular show, actually during the show, while the show was on, Porsha went on live on Instagram telling everybody, come to my YouTube channel after the show. We're going to talk live. We're going to talk live. She was directing everyone from RHOA, all the viewers, to go to her YouTube channel after, saying how she was going to talk about what's going on with the show and herself. And in that, she ended up saying how she doesn't like talking about the show on her channel.
Oh, she did.
So she's trying to separate herself from the show. And this whole thing with this pretend storyline with Drew, how she sat there and brought up Drew's supposed relationship with Black and wouldn't hear any different. It didn't matter what Drew said. Porsha keeps coming up saying, oh, well, if you want to take away from the fact that you were doing something with Dennis, you should have just brought up that you were doing it with Black instead. Just like, that's not true. She's not doing anything with either one of them. Well, that's not what Dennis told her. It's the same old, same old. She's pulling out all these used, tired
lines and plots.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Because that's what she did with the whole Candy thing with Phaedra. Back in season 9, she was like, oh, Candy tried to do this to her, and then all of a sudden, oh, Phaedra told me this. And then now here we go, oh, Drew's trying to sleep with Dennis and she's sleeping with Black. Oh, Dennis told me this.
Girl, Drew does not want Dennis, and how dare you tell her. At this point, all I want her to do, I think she said marry Dennis and do the girl's hair. I'm like, are you kidding me? No. She doesn't want that man.
Just lame.
Girl, just lame stuff, just ridiculous stuff. No, she's phasing out. As one of our other videos said, she done. She is done. She has nothing to offer. She doesn't want to offer anything.
No, she doesn't.
She walks away from everything. She doesn't feed any type of plausible scene. She's always just throwing it to the cuff and throwing it to the wind. And then when she's out of that, what does she do? She starts shaking herself. She starts shaking. I'm like, okay, here we go with the
shimmying and twerking and all that.
Oh, are you kidding
like,
me?
What in the world?
What is this? And it's just too much pretense.
Yeah.
And the viewers aren't having it. They're seeing straight through it. And even with Kelly and the foolishness talking about Drew has an issue with everyone at this table except, I'm like, girl, you lying.
Exactly.
That Drew doesn't have an issue with everyone. Now here you come.
Exactly.
Trying to get into the scene talking about Drew has it. No, she doesn't.
She doesn't. Kelly adds absolutely no value to the show. She adds nothing to the show. Absolutely nothing at all. And when she came and said that, the only people that Drew had issues with at that table were Shammea and Porsha.
Exactly.
And really, that translates into one person, because Shammea is Portia's lapdog.
Exactly. That translates into Porsha.
Exactly.
That's it.
And you know what's so funny? What's so crazy? Because we talked about how, Shammea was basically lying in wait, using it so she can finally get her shot on the show.
Yeah. Do
y'all see how Shammea just hijacked Portia's beef with Drew?
Exactly. Yes, I saw that.
So Drew and Porsha had this fake beef though it may be, but you know, that was what Porsha's storyline was gonna be. Now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Shammea with this made up, even Drew called it imaginary beef over this lapdog comment. Girl, you the one sitting at the table barking like a dog. You not even that. I mean, years ago, Drew's not the first one who said this. Years ago, Shammea even did a photo with Porsha where she's sitting on her lap with her hands like a puppy dog and her tongue sticking out.
Exactly.
So why is this all of a sudden?
She hijacked, girl. That's
called
a good
me
word.
a lapdog. Yeah, she
hijacked that.
It's the same thing. She tried to hijack Portia's spot on this reality show.
Yes, she did.
And now she's trying to hijack her fake beef with Drew.
Girl.
Pretending.
All
of it.
And it is just too much, but the viewers are so smart. They are not having it. They see straight through. We called it the BS.
Exactly.
They see straight through it, and I'm like, you know what? At this point, y'all need to do something very drastic. Production.
Exactly. And it certainly was not bringing in Phaedra Parks.
It was not.
Because I don't know how they think she's going to say the show with one-liners and all them stupid facial expressions she wears.
Phaedra Parks acting like she's going to save RHOA with one-liners and facial expressions, but the ratings are giving.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Girl, the people have scoped her all over the place. They are all on social media. They are dragging Phaedra for filth. And one person in particular is Claudia Jordan. Oh my goodness. Claudia took issue with Phaedra having the nerve to say this awful thing about Angela.
Oh my
girl,
gosh.
Angela looked 10 times better than you would on one of your best days in putting on all that makeup that you use for the people that you service.
Exactly.
Okay? 10 times better.
She looking like one of
and
her clients.
I'm telling you, 10 times better. And Claudia called and she said, girl, how are you talking about Angela? And we sitting up there trying to figure out what happened to your top teeth. I'm like, Claudia, girl. And then not only that, the people on social media, they're like, Phaedra, go back to where you came from. Wherever you came from, girl, please. Because it's not happening here. The ratings went even lower.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You were all hyped up by production telling you, oh, you were going to save this. You was going to say, This show at the beginning of the season was 2.6 million. With our girl Kenya in it, she brought in the millions. 2.6 million. Because we were looking for what we got when Kenya was there.
Yeah.
Do you see these ratings?
Lower than 500,000.
Oh my goodness, girl. You need to go. You said something about Barry in the past. Hey, you need to go hide. Okay? All right.
Exactly. And that's the crazy thing about Phaedra. She was on Married to Medicine, which she left. She just left because she said she was miserable over there because they were a bunch of mean girls. But here she comes over here with all these harsh, mean one-liners against women she's never even met. Now, Angela was getting ready to give her the benefit of the doubt because she never met her. She was like, oh, I don't know her. Hopefully we can have fun, kiki,
so
whatever.
Gracious.
And then the next thing you know, she doesn't even know Angela, but here she goes, the secret wife of Charles, and looking like she's like, oh, whatever that is.
Girl, was so mean. And this girl come in hard on her girl.
She complaining about mean girl energy elsewhere, and here she come bringing that same thing over here.
Girl.
The pretending, they can't get away from it. That's all it is. They've been pretending this entire season since Kenya left. That's it.
That's it. That's all.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.